What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It's a beautiful spring afternoon here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the one I have today is called Ruby Redbird, and this is from, Shiner, the Spoetzl Brewing Company out of Shiner, Texas. Now, for the American viewers, I'm sure many of you are probably very familiar with Shiner. I quite like Shiner Bock. I think it's a really good beer for a macro level kind of brew. The other day, I actually bought I thought was very cool, was a mixed six pack. So it was a six pack in a little box, and it had six different Shiner beers. I know there was a black lager, a light beer, the regular old Shiner Bock, this one called Orale, which was a Mexican cerveza, and the other one was lime and sea salt or something like that. Now, I've had probably four of the six before, but I thought it was a cool concept. Six different beers from the same brewery in a six pack, and they're not all IPAs. Imagine that, right? I don't know what it's like where you are, but I can go to the beer shop around here or even the grocery stores, and they'll have mixed cases, or mixed 12 packs rather. We don't have cases anymore, right? Mixed 12 packs, but it's all damn IPAs. Like, you have 8 different IPAs. I mean, I get it if you're an IPA fan, maybe it's cool, but I think it's more fun to mix up styles. So seeing 6 different styles in a six pack, and I think I probably paid, I don't know, maybe $10, if that. Thrilled to get it, and I actually picked it up at Walmart of all places. Now, since I had most of the others, I didn't do any videos on them, but the Ruby Redbird I figured would be interesting. Now, again, full disclosure, I'm not a grapefruit fan, but we'll see how it goes. This says it's 95 calories, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that might sound like reduced calories, but most beers are between, I don't know, 90 and 120 or so, right? I mean, unless you get some big dessert stouts with tons of sugar. So, I mean, 95 calories, maybe that's a selling point. I mean, I know grapefruit used to be like a diet food back in the day, but I'm looking at it here and it says, beer brewed with Texas ruby red grapefruit and ginger with natural flavor added. And again, it has a picture of a grapefruit. It says with ginger and grapefruit. And on the back here, it says Texas Ruby Red Grapefruit from the Rio Grande Valley. 3.1 carbs, 0, I guess, grams of fat. So I suppose that's positive. Now, this is only 4% ABV, so a little bit on the lighter side. Ratings-wise, does okay. Untappd 331, Beer Advocate 319. So pretty decent reviews. Try to not give it that Anderson pour. Not bad. Can, kind of clean, nice looking. Nothing too crazy, but neat looking. As to the beer itself, pretty clear. I can see right through this, no problem. Ton of carbonation. There's bubbles going everywhere. This looks like, I don't know, man. This might be the most carbonation I've seen in a beer in a very long time. Tons of bubbles going everywhere. Head probably had a finger's worth, kind of thin, fish eyes, kind of soapy looking thing. But it's dissipating rather quickly, but looks all right. If I break out my Brew HQ chart, very light. I'm probably going maybe a 4, pale gold, darker straw color maybe, but not much going on in the glass. Let's give it a sniff. I think you smell the grapefruit. You pick up the tartness. I think you actually do pick up a little bit of the ginger too. Now, this is going to be difficult for me because I quite love ginger but hate grapefruit, so I guess we'll see what wins out. Yeah, decent smell. None of them are like huge beat you over the head smells, but you know, it smells as I guess what you'd expect given the description on the can. So let's see what happens. Hey, cheers. Body, watery light, to be honest. Flavors. I really don't get a whole heck of a lot out of this. Yeah. I see grapefruit and I think tart, kind of, maybe not sour per se, but tartness. You expect to get that. I don't really think you do. I mean, you might get a tiny, tiny bit of tartness, but it's like if you took some grapefruit juice, put it in a quarter of the glass, and then filled it up with three quarters water. Yeah, not a fan. Um, Even the ginger, like you get that it's there, but it's like the ghost of ginger. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever cook something in a pot, run it through the dishwasher, and then you use it, and then whatever you cook it at the second time kind of tastes like it a little bit? That's what this tastes like. Um, I suppose if you're looking for a light, refreshing beer at 4%, it would do the job. It tastes fairly carbonated. I can feel myself wanting to burp after just a little bit of it. I actually feel the carbonation like on my lips and my mouth as well. As far as the flavors, I don't know. I mean, I guess you get a little bit of the grapefruit. I'm not a huge grapefruit fan, so I guess the point that it's dialed back is positive. But if you're looking for grapefruit, you get a little bit of it. Ginger, again, maybe a little bit of it, but this is I'm not a fan. This is not good. Would I drink this again? Definitely not. Now, as part of a mixed sixer to force me to try something that I normally wouldn't buy, greatly appreciate it. Is it a new check-in for Untappd or something like that? Sure. So that's always a bit glorious. But for me, there's not too many redeeming qualities to this. It's a lighter beer, lighter in ABV, lighter in body. I get it. It's supposed to be warmer weather, especially in places like Texas. But the flavors just don't do nothing for me, which is odd because I quite like Shiner in general. I think they usually do pretty good beers. I mean, they've had a couple bombs here and there. I think back to the first smoke beer I've had with Shiner was god awful. But other than that, I generally kind of like them. But this one is just not doing it for me. Now, I will say this. It's not so bad that it's like a drain pour, like it's repugnant and I don't like it and want to get rid of it. I just think this is a waste of a beer. Now, I get maybe you into here for the carbs and the calories. Drinking ice water would probably be more flavorful. There's just not much going on in this. The flavors are there. It's like the distant cousin of any of these flavors. For me, Ruby Redbird's a thumbs down. Not a fan of this one. I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, I quite like Shiner generally speaking, so bit of a letdown here. If you're looking for a flavorless beer, this is for you, so give it a shot. For me, on the other hand, I'm not looking for that, so I guess it is what it is. Hopefully you liked the video and think I'm better than a flavorless beer that tastes like dishwater and grapefruit. If you do, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. And if you don't, you think I'm flavorless dishwater and grapefruit, that's cool. I can live with it. Hit the thumbs down if you hate me. I can live with it. As Nas said, you can hate me now. I don't really care. But if you do like and want to see more videos, I guess please hit subscribe. And if if you've had this, let me know what you think about it. It's just freakishly underwhelming for me. I expected more of a robust grapefruit flavor, a little bit more the ginger like burn or sharpness, and it's not that. So let me know what you think about it down below. Hey, till next time. Cheers.